Hey everybody, hope your Thursday is off rocking and rolling. I know we're getting a little bit later start than normal, about 4 hours, 4.5 hours later than we usually do the show on a day. People are cracking up as they're seeing on their Facebook stuff. But I know many people are busy. It's a gorgeous day here in Austin, 95 plus degrees out. We are busy working today on putting final preparations, making sure everybody gets the lists, emails, access to the our virtual note buying workshop that kicks off tomorrow at 9 o'clock Central. And if you have not signed up for it yet, you can go to weclosenotes.com and sign up for it right now to get access for it. So one of the beautiful things, though, that we focus on in the virtual note buying workshop is nuts and bolts. Literally help you put the pieces together, help you connect the dots between what you've heard and what you really need to do. Don't get me wrong. If you're using LinkedIn or Bigger Pockets or YouTube or other websites to help educate your mind and learn as you go, you're getting bombarded with a lot of information. And unfortunately, not all of it is quality, all right? Bigger Pockets is a great place to network. Unfortunately, some people on there don't know their elbow on there when it comes to some of the deal flow stuff. You got people on there that are educated idiots versus people that are out there closing 10, 20, 30 deals a month. People that have 5,000 posts or comments but haven't closed on anything in the last 12 months is people you probably don't need to be listening to, okay? And plus, there's also people out there that are giving advice that are based on seconds instead of firsts, or contract for deeds versus seconds, and it's a whole litany of different things that you have to kind of filter through. So what we focus on, especially with a virtual note buying workshop, is really, hey, what's the true nuts and bolts A to Z to get you rock and rolling? And that leads into our topic for today: big rocks versus boulders, right? So one of the great things is in the last 24 hours, I've had a good opportunity to visit with some of our most successful students and people that I really call my note family. Visiting with Jay Tenenbaum and Robbie Woods, Chase Thompson, Wayne Snell, Kimball Banks Fawcett, Adam and Jen Adams, just a bunch of great people who are out making things happen that all got their start here at the virtual workshop. And these people are all in the mastermind, out making things happen and just doing some amazing stuff. But one of the things that they all focused on is that right there, a focus. Now, if you've ever heard me speak, you've heard me talk about I hate to-do lists. I literally hate to-do lists. Now, I'm a bigger proponent of big rocks, having a big rocks list, okay? Now, a lot of people get bogged down into doing bullshit activities and passing them off as a big rock or it's a boulder, okay? There's a big difference between a boulder and a big rock. A big rock is something you pick up probably in chunk. I got some big rocks outside that I could probably lift. It might hurt my back out there, but they're bigger rocks. Boulders are massive events, okay? Boulders are huge things in your business. And the big three boulders that you always need to be focusing on is finding deals first and foremost, raising capital, and then also marketing, okay? Now, one of the great things a lot of people get bogged down to is their acquisition, and they have to go back and spend some time working in their business versus on their business, okay? It happens to all of us. You buy a bunch, you got to go back, spend a little time, clean up, doing the workouts, banging your head against the servicer's walls, stuff like that, making sure everything's getting done paperwork-wise so you can follow through. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't realize that, and they spend time running around wasting time on rock stuff or pebble stuff or sand stuff that's really not important that can be filled in the cracks. Now, my 7th grade science teacher, Mr. Benorden, liked to share with us the analogy about a big rocks. And he would have 2 large pickle jars. You probably heard me talk about the analogy. 2 pickle jars, and out beside him, he had big rocks, gravel, pebbles, sand, and water on each side. And he asked the class, which side do you go with first? Which do you put in first? Do you start with the big rocks first and work your way down, or you start with the water and you work your way up? Well, about half the class picked one thing and half the class picked one thing. So he started off with the water. We pour in the water, the sand, the pebbles, the smaller rocks, the caliche, and then the bigger rocks. Well, the big rocks don't fit in. Stuff's overflowing and doesn't have any room there. You start on the other side, we put the big rocks in, and you pour in the smaller rocks, and the caliche around it fills in the gaps. You put in the small pebbles around it, fills the gaps. You pour the sand in, fills in the gaps, and then you pour the water in, it fills it automatically right at the top. And how does that analogy work in your lives? Are you starting from the water first with all these little things, feeling like you're getting a lot of things done in your day? You don't have enough time in the day to get your big rocks done? Or do you start with the larger things, get those done first and let the other stuff fill in? Now, a lot of people are like, well, I don't get a lot of the little things done because I'm too busy working on these 3 things. Well, how do you do that? Well, the first and most important thing you need to do is hire somebody. And it doesn't have to be a full-time 40-hour-a-week. It could be an intern. It could be a virtual assistant overseas. Honestly, the best way you're ever going to get from where you're at today to where you want to be at tomorrow is hiring somebody, an assistant that can handle all that crack stuff. You can get them high on crack. I'm just joking, okay? No, don't do drugs, everybody. Don't do drugs, okay? Okay. I know, it's a Thursday afternoon. My mind is wandering. But what I'm getting at is a lot of people don't do the things they need to do, okay? They're off chasing other things. They're doing this. They're trying to go network, and they are chasing squirrels posing as rocks, posing as boulders. And they're just never going to see any type of success. At some point, you got to quit wasting your time with the crap that's filling up your time and start spending time with the things that are going to make you money, make it worth your time. And I see a lot of investors that do that. Now, one of the beautiful things I talked with when I had dinner with Jen and Adam Adams last night, and Kimberly Banks Fawcett and Wayne Snell up in Dallas last night for the Dallas Note Buyers Dinner Club. And we had a great time visiting, and we are all dealing with similar issues of collateral, issues with servicers, things getting done, workouts, but we're also having a lot of successes with the things that we focus on in making money. Yeah, are we having everybody having deals that are dragging on? Yes. That is a given in the business. You're going to have some deals you wish were in 30, 60 days that could drag out 90 days because of servicers or little things. And you'll build your systems and work through your systems as you go, as you get things rock and rolling. But a lot of people don't want to do that nitty gritty work. They just want, I just want to write a check and have things happen for me. Well, if that's the case, then you're a passive investor and not an active investor. All right? You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to take the actions to make things happen, and you're going to have to stub your toes. No matter how good you think you are, you're going to stub your toe in those boulders. You're going to drop it on your toe and be like, shit, that hurts. You know what I mean? It happens to all of us. It happens on a regular basis. But how you overcome those things is by constantly working on the bigger things and outsourcing the smaller things to your staff, your VAs, and your assistants to make things happen. You know, in today's age, it is so easy to bring on quality individuals that can take on things that you're not good at. I mean, if you're not good at emailing out to your database, you can literally go on Fiverr or Upwork and find somebody who can help you with your email blast and your marketing out to your database. Very inexpensive. If you're not good at putting photos together, same thing. You jump on Fiverr, find somebody that can do something for relatively cheap for $5 to $20. Okay. If you're not good at breaking down due diligence, you can jump on and use noteinvestingclub.com with Liz Brimmer Smith, and for $5 to $7, ask to have them help you with initial due diligence on the front end. What I'm trying to get at is a lot of people are talking like they're investors, but they're not walking the walk. As we say that in Texas, they're all hat, no cattle. Okay. They're all hat, no cattle. Takes me back about a year and a half ago. I went to dinner at Eddie V's downtown, and I walk in, and it's always busy on a Friday night. And there's a group of 4 people, 2 girls, 2 guys, and 2 guys dressed out in suits wearing cowboy hats while they ate. And the waitress that was dealing with our table was also waiting on them. And immediately, and somebody at my table said, "Oh, it's those cowboys." I'm like, "Those aren't cowboys. First of all, cowboys never eat with their hats on. They're all hat, no cattle." She started laughing, the waitress did, because I was right. True cowboys are respectful to what they have to do and the things. And if you think you're going to get ahead in business today on your good looks and your good charm and not having to put in the WORK, you're going to have to put the work in and the time in to get where you ultimately want to be. Because that's ultimately what separates really the 1%ers out there. The people that I have taught, the thousands and thousands and thousands of people that have either gone to their workshop or watched our videos or come through our system. The 1%ers are those that put the work in. They realize they got to roll their sleeves up, pull their boots on, tighten their belt, and dive into working and building a business. They have to realize that those boulders may look massive. They may look like Grand Canyon-sized boulders initially, but after a while, they start to get smaller and become easier to dive into, easier to get done. They don't look so massive because you're able to see the bigger picture and take a step back and see the trees for the forest instead of just seeing the forest. Okay? Anybody got questions, comments on what's going on out there?
Cody Cox, he says, I'm still in the transition from a day job to mixing in the notes, as well as my note business grows. I need some transactions to fully liquidate and add a part-time assistant.
No, Cody. Actually, you could add a part-time assistant right now. No offense, Cody. I love you, brother. You can add a part-time assistant right now. 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week. You have, and I say this out of love because I love Cody. He's doing amazing things. But waiting to close a deal, you're always going to be constantly waiting. You're going to be in that rat race of I got to get a couple things done before that. Go out and get somebody online, hire a VA, start paying somebody to help you out with it. Because I guarantee if you hired a VA for $4 an hour and you had them do 10 hours, 20 hours of work for $80, you could find that money. You could find that time back in your schedule to make things happen. They can also handle the stuff that you wait till night to handle, and now you're ahead of the game by 12 hours versus being behind the 8 ball. So I don't care who you are, everybody can afford to hire somebody to help out. Sometimes you need to partner up. I've had people that have partnered up with people, strengths and weaknesses, and people, some have the strengths, other people handled their strengths as long as they were the same thing and took care of it. But they basically hired out their time. You're closing stuff, Cody. There's no reason you can't hire somebody, and I don't care what excuses you tell me, you can afford to hire somebody 10, 20 hours a week. You can't afford not to, because now that the fact that you're buying deals, you doing all the due diligence and the small stuff is actually costing you more money than what it would cost to have somebody make things happen. It's the truth. Feel free to give me a phone call when you talk about it. But I love Cody Cox because he's closing deals, but he's also dragging feet because it's a mind block, and a lot of people struggle with that. Well, I can't afford it. You can't afford not to now. If you're doing more than 1, 2, 3 deals, and where you want to get with your goals, I'll give you a great example. Wayne Snell is a great example. Wayne was working a 60, 70 hour week job, making great money, but hated it. Yes, he was working at nice to get things done, but he never got to the point where he could leave his job until he brought somebody on, Natalie Patton, who's amazing, to handle the stuff on the side. Eventually, Natalie became a partner, but she was the one handling the due diligence, handling it while Wayne was working and making things happen. And that's ultimately what you need to do. Find somebody, whether you're partnering or you're buying somebody's time for $10 now. There's plenty of college students out there looking for work this summer. Can we agree to that, Greg? Yeah. To make things happen. Everybody out there, if you're serious that you want to do this more than 1, 2, 3 notes a month, and you really want to take it and make it a full-time thing, you have to start acting like a business versus like a hobby. Questions, comments?
Cody said he'll call.
There we go. Good. I love it.
Do you have recommendations as far as for them to find virtual assistants?
Yes, you can go to upwork.com. It's a great place to find assistants overseas to do some things for you. Fiverr.com. Elance is what Upwork was. No, sorry, Upwork is what Elance once was. They changed the name, merged it for a little bit, but those are some great things. You just got to spend a little time on Upwork to find somebody, programmers, people that work for like $3, $4 an hour to help you dive in and do some stuff. I mean, ultimately, if your biggest hurdle is getting due diligence broke down, you just need to find a tape and then narrow it down and send it over to Liz Broomer and pay the $100 or $200 for her to drive it, spend some time on there and knock some stuff out.
And she's in investingclub.com, right?
Investingclub.com. Liz will actually be speaking on this weekend's virtual note buying workshop as well. On Saturday, I believe, is what I've got her slated for. Okay. We all are going to struggle from time to time. And sometimes things just get in the way. I'll give you a great example. Today's a great example of that. I came in this morning. I was tired, wasn't feeling good. I drove to Dallas and back, was up late because I kind of wired for the drive. I got a little bit late, but I had some phone calls that happened this morning. Dealing with the issue at the bank, which has been solved. I didn't roll into the office till after 10 when that's about an hour later than I usually get in here, half hour later. And then was working through something. Well, then I had an investor show up. And that investor meeting went for a little bit longer than expected, but it's okay. It was great. Love hanging out. talking to business, going through things. So that I didn't get to go to the gym today because of that, but that's okay. Fine, we're working through things. And I've had like back-to-back conference calls and some stuff because I got in a little bit later this morning and get things done as much as I wanted to. All right, it's going to happen, but we make the best of it. We adjust it. We adapt and overcome, right, everybody?
Yep.
To make things happen. You have to be a little flexible in this business. If you keep doing stringent ways, one way in, one way out, you've got to be able to ebb and flow. It's also kind of an emotional roller coaster sometimes. You can't get bent out of shape when things don't exactly go the way or people don't fit into your schedule exactly as like. You got to be a little flexible, but you can still control the situation. Like I said, I have people come to my office here. If the meeting does run late, it's usually because it's going well. We're having a great time. I don't have a problem with that. You know, we try to set meetings for 30 minutes. You know, we get into other things. That's great. I wouldn't let it go longer if I was not enjoying the meeting. Can we agree to that, everybody?
Yes.
So you try to control your environment, but you're going to have things that happen. And you know what you do? You adapt and overcome. Maybe you need to jump on base camp in the note camp workshops or jump on the base camp file folder for the virtual and ask a question. Hey, I had this happen. Anybody else had this happen? How did you overcome it? Okay. There's a wealth of resources, a wealth of knowledge out there that can help you really push forward on things. It's ultimately up to you to take that action or not take that action. If you're running around doing a variety of things, then hey, that's your decision, because we all are where we're at today, ultimately because of the decisions we've made in the past and then on a day-to-day basis. I don't blame anybody else's for my mistakes. I don't blame anybody else. I don't blame my ex-wife. I don't blame my family. I don't blame friends, ex-business partners. I blame myself for the mistakes and things that have happened to me, because ultimately I'm the person saying yes, no, we're not making a decision. But choosing not to make a decision is making a decision whether you like it or not, because ultimately somebody else will make that decision for you. So you have the choice, kind of round it back up, to choose what you work on a daily basis, boulders or big rocks.
Mountains or molehills?
Mountain, yeah. A lot of people will make mountains out of molehills. Let's not do that, everybody. Let's build a business that makes sense. Get somebody on your team to help you out with things. If you're struggling to get things done, you're probably not networking enough. You're probably not wasting time focusing on things that you don't need to focus on. Hopefully that makes sense for everybody. Anybody else got any questions, comments out there? If you, once again, guys, last chance to get signed up for a virtual note buying workshop that kicks off tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central. It is fully recorded, so you'll have the chance, if you've got to step out for a little bit this weekend or flip over to and watch the U.S. Open, you're not going to miss anything. You'll be able to go back by Wednesday or Thursday and catch the replays as well. It'll be a rock and roll. So we're real excited. We got a lot of brand new people going through the workshop this weekend. Always proud of all our military, past and present first responders and military who are signed up for that. We always compliment military and first responders. We got a few more to add that have emailed me, Nicole and Jen, so we can get this taken care of. And so we look forward to hopefully seeing you this weekend, this Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Otherwise, you'd have to wait till August for the next one. So if there's no other questions or comments from anybody?
Cody just says,
Yeah.
Hey, nothing but love for you, Cody. Nothing but love for you, brother. So otherwise, everybody have a great Thursday, and we'll see you all at the top. Bye.